Hi guys, it's Andy, the expedition hiker, and today we are on an Elvaston circular walk, which is 6.5 miles, and we're going to start walking alongside the River Derwent. Then we're going to head on to Ambuston, to Bellington Hill, then to Fillston, then up to the Elvaston Estate, and then to Elvaston Castle. Then heading back along the River Derwent and back to the start where we are now. So we're just outside Borrowash in Derbyshire. Let's get walking. So we're starting this walk by the River Derwent. The River Derwent meanders through Derbyshire and through Derbyshire Dales, past Chatsworth Estate, heading through Derby Dale, and then passing the UNESCO World Heritage Derwent Valley Mills, which is a walk I intend to do very soon. Alongside the river and its valleys is a long distance walking trail called the Derwent Valley Heritage Way. That's 55 miles. It starts at the Ladybrook Reservoir and finishes at the mouth of the River Trent. The River Trent being the third greatest river in the UK. So we're going to continue along the river for a little while, and then we're going to head over to Ambuston. We are now moving away from the River Derwent, but don't worry, we'll be back on it later. Now we're heading to the hamlet of Ambuston, but we're staying on the Derwent Valley Heritage Way for the time being. We're just coming into the hamlet of Ambuston, and as you might be able to see, around the edge there is a bank, and this bank follows all the way around the outskirts of Ambuston. The reason why? Because this area that we're on at the moment is a floodplain, and with the River Derwent and the River Trent being close by, as well as numerous canals, this area does flood quite a lot and has done throughout the centuries. The hamlet of Ambuston is a mix of old and new properties now. So Ambuston was noted in the Doomsday book of 1086. It at the time had 8 households, and because of that it was recorded as the smallest inhabitant place of the Doomsday book. The building that we can just see the rooftop is the pumping station of Ambuston. Now, as I've mentioned before, we are on a floodplain, and that's why we can see banked slopes around the hamlet. Nearby is the River Trent. The River Trent is the third biggest river in the United Kingdom. The name Trent derives from a Roman word which means heavy flooding. The flooding is quite frequent. Generally every other year the banks of the River Trent will burst. Hamlets like this will be threatened by flood of water, so the banks and the pumping station are there to help. Anyway, we're moving away from Ambuston now, and now we're heading towards Bellington Hill. Bellington Hill has had a long history with the quarrying of gypsum, which dates back to the Middle Ages. Gypsum is a soft sulfate mineral used in fertiliser and is a main component in plaster and drywall. Just passing through Bellington Farm. First of all, we have Stairway to Heaven, or Stairway to Nowhere. And we have a scarecrow in front as well. Cows in a huddle. Hopefully that doesn't mean rain, because some of them are lying down. Afternoon, ladies. How are you today? Oh, actually not ladies, some of you are bullocks. Well, I've got a herd of cows following me. Fortunately, there's an electric fence between me and them. I've got a red jumper on today, so I don't know if that's the reason. It's close to 4 o'clock, so that might well mean that it's milking time. Although, as I said before, these are bullocks, so they won't be doing much milking. Walking with the cows. It seems the cows were correct, as it's just started spotting a rain. Good weather forecaster. Or probably not so pretty as some of the weather girls you see on the news. So we just reached Furlestine Grange. It was built in the early 1700s. It was extended in 1785. What we're going to do is now is just going to turn and take a footpath on the right, and that will take us to Fillston. Well, it seems it's come to its death. My tripod has now got 2 legs. As I went to use it, I found one leg was missing. It looks like it's sheared off, so I'm surprised I didn't notice it, as it was only attached to my waist. Oh dear, I'll have to get another one. You've done me well, but bye-bye for now. So we just arrived in the hamlet of Fillston, which is part of the Elvaston Estate. You can see on the right hand side we've got some nice cottages. It is a small hamlet, and it's actually mentioned as being a Viking settlement since 700 AD. So we're going to take a left here and then past the Hartington Arms, or if you would like, if you want to hop in for a quick refreshment. I'm passing on, and we'll be passing the village of Elvaston and then onwards to the estate and castle. We're taking a right at the footpath in front. Well, I'm not sure what this actually symbolises. All coloured pebbles. Oh, NHS. And that looks really good actually. I thought it was a ritual. But we're going this way along the footpath. Next stop, Elvaston. So as we head up this footpath, which is called Coronation Meadow, on our left hand side there's an avenue of trees. And this was one of 2 main entrances into the Elvaston Castle estate, which is where we're heading to now. It was one of 2 main pathways to the Elvaston estate, which actually I find with a lot of grand houses that generally they will have 1 driveway, but this one seems to have 2. Here we can see the entrance to the Elvaston Castle and estate. I'm not sure what the other entrance looks like, but I'm sure they can't be much grander. See on our left hand side the sculpture on top of the pillar. From this angle it looks like a man wrestling a lion. And then on the opposite side, the pillar on this side carrying a ram, and to the left is a log which maybe looks like with a serpent coming from the log. Most likely a ram, as the local area and the local football team, Derby Football Club, are called the Rams. So So rams are something to do with Derbyshire, which I'll have to find out. Anyway, we're going to head into the grounds of Elvaston Estate now. It's getting a bit dark as well. Not dark as in night time, dark as in like it's going to rain. Let's hope not. We take the main path towards the castle. Now the grounds are 200 acres in total. Elvaston was mentioned in the Doomsday book as being in the possession of Geoffrey Alison, one of the great barons that held land for the king. Until the 16th century, the estate was held by the Shelford Priory. After the dissolution of the monasteries, the Crown sold the priory and its estates in 1538. The land of Elvaston was passed through several families until it was acquired by the Stanhope family in 1607. It remained with the family for well over 400 years until it sold in the late 1960s. The estate was affected by many events and years, such as the English Civil War in 1643, when Sir John Gell, who was the governor of Derby, ransacked the house for arms as the Stanhope family supported King Charles I. Each successive Stanhope leading member made a development on the estate. William Stanhope became the first Baron Harrington in 1730, rising in 1742 to become the first Earl. His promoted position inspired him to improve the Elvaston estate and surrounding land to be more productive, as many changes took place following his rise. You can actually just about make out, but behind the window it's been bricked up. Now that would have been due to window tax. The fourth Earl, between 1831 and 1855, improved the 200-acre gardens to the castle, where William Barron, the head gardener, established much of the character of the park and gardens, as you can see today. The 11th Earl of Stanhope finally left the estate in 1939, as the onset of the war. During the war, Elvaston housed a teacher training college, and in 1964 the estate was put up for sale. The castle was sold to a mineral extraction company, where the estate may have become a series of gravel pits, but it was purchased in 1969 by Derby City and County Council and was made into a public park in 1970. The stately home is a Gothic revival castle. The castle has been neglected and has fallen into disrepair. Due to its condition, the building is not open to the public, and since 2008 has been listed on the Buildings at Risk register. The castle is believed to be haunted by two ghosts known as the Grey Lady and the White Lady. The White Lady is supposed to be the ghost of Maria, wife of the 4th Earl. She has been seen sitting in the windows of the castle and walking the grounds with her white dog. There are plans at present by Derbyshire County Council to spend £35 million over 10 years by reviving the estate grounds and buildings. As we head out to the country park, we are going to head over to Elvaston Nature Reserve and towards Stocker Flat. And then from there we'll take a right and then head back up towards the Derwent. As we head along the footpath, passing the nature reserve and now towards the River Derwent, we come across this field, which is a bit interesting because it's not a sports field. It's got electricity pylons going through it, but it has been, the grass looks amazing. It is nicely cut short. As I say, it's no sports field or anything, so it's a bit surprising that just walking out of a woodlands you come across a field like this. It's got no real purpose to it other than looking splendid. Anyway, we'll continue on the path and we'll head towards the Derwent now, which we should be coming towards a weir. And we're back to walking alongside the River Derwent, and I believe back on the Derwent Valley Heritage Way. I'll have to check my map. And it's starting to rain. Lovely. But on the other hand, we have less than a kilometre till the end point. And back where we started, at Borrowash Bridge. Right guys, so we are at the end of this walk. So we've just about arrived back at the Borrowash Bridge, and as you can see we've got the River Derwent over my shoulder. So with that saying, hopefully you've enjoyed this walk, and it's been a shorter one than usual. Bigger videos coming to the channel soon, including a few long distance walking paths, which includes the Derbyshire Portway, which is 50 miles across Derbyshire. Also got the Southlands Way coming to the channel soon, which is a 100-mile trek from Winchester to Eastbourne. Also we've got another walk from Winchester, which is Winchester to Canterbury, which is the Pilgrim's Way, which is about 140 miles. And then also we've got the Derwent Valley Heritage Way, which we're actually on that path right at the moment. We're going to actually walk the full trail of it, and from Lady Bower Reservoir to the mouth of the River Trent, which I shall be doing that hopefully in the next few weeks. So it'd be great if you'd like to watch those as well. Obviously I've got some more skills and tips videos. I'm hoping to do some map reading videos soon, and some further first aid skills for when you're out in the outdoors. If you haven't subscribed and you would like to, then especially if you like hiking, backpacking, long distance walking, and like to download some routes for yourself, as well as learn some skills and tips about the great outdoors, then please consider subscribing as usual. So stay safe, look after yourselves, and bye hikers.